welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. It is Bold Prediction Sports Media live watch party for the Cincinnati Buffalo game, Sunday Night Football. What a week of action in the NFL. It was nuts. It was crazy. I don't know if anybody had a chance to watch the early games. There was a lot of close finishes. It was pretty amazing to watch and see. It is an exciting one for sports fans. We start out with the Kansas City game. We can talk about that, the early Germany game. It was fun. It was exciting. It's crazy to see. Chiefs put up a quick, easy, early 21-point lead in the first half and then failed to put up any points in the second half, but it did not matter. It was just the Dolphins managed to score 14 points in the second half. And that's not going to be enough against Kansas City Chiefs. Shout out that Kansas City Chiefs defense. It is spectacular. It is pretty wild to see. Really didn't expect to see the defense be just this dynamic. They've been working on it for through the draft for a few years, and it's paid off. All those draft picks getting you somewhere. What was your guys' favorite game? If you put your comments in the below, we'll be sure to feature them. Watched Red Zone for a little while, and there was some interesting matchups, to say the least. We watched the Texans bring it to a real close finish, and they end up winning the game. Just a few seconds left on the clock. It's wild to see. These guys are they're next level, man. It's any given Sunday this year for sure. At least it certainly feels that way. I'm super excited to watch this Sunday night matchup with Cincinnati and Buffalo. It's going to be a banger. This is one of those kind of decide the AFC kind of matchup kind of games, and it could definitely be on the books. This could be a potential matchup that we see in the playoffs too. Would not be the first time. Will not be the last time. If you look at these two quarterbacks, they're pretty something else. There is a renewed sense of excitement in the NFL for a lot of teams, a lot of fan bases. They get excited when they can win one game, even when the season's going bad. So it's nice to see teams like the Texans pull off a win. A lot of just last second plays. Mac Jones for the Patriots threw a pick to seal the game, lose it to the Commanders. That was a tough one. I had picked the Patriots, and Dew with a beard had picked the Washington Commanders, and I thought he was bold for doing it. And sure enough, he was right. Shout out to him for having the foresight to be bold and take them. We've seen the Ravens defeat the Seahawks in just a mollywhopping. It was a very one-sided game. It was pretty. I think the score was 30-3. I think is what it ended up being. So it was pretty just one way. That was only had plans to see it go one way. I expected the Ravens to win, but I thought it'd be a much closer game than like 30-3. Uh, Seattle just couldn't get nothing to go on that offense. The Ravens defense is another one of those legitimate teams. So if you guys want to comment below and let me know, how'd your game go? How did it finish for you? I know I watched the Atlanta game, and they ended up just barely losing. There's a couple afternoon games that were pretty exciting. It's just been one of those NFL Sundays to truly enjoy as a fan. And this Sunday night game is going to be no different. I expect to see fireworks with this Cincinnati and the Buffalo Bills. I personally have picked Cincinnati to win this game. I like Joe Burrows. I like Chase Young. I like that whole offense. T. Higgins. Like it's a Boyd. It's just A to Z on that rosters. I know they've dealt with injuries, but it's just it's a monster to see. It's pretty wild. They're really built to try to put up some points. This is going to be a big test for the Buffalo Bills. Can they really get it done? It's just a lot of questions, a lot of big questions about it. Like it's just a lot of concerns. I mean, Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs is a good combination, but is it really enough to really carry them over the hump? This is one of those firework games. We'll see it in the playoffs. These are both playoff teams, so it's always kind of nice to see them face a matchup midway through the season and have to, you know, show who's the big dog on the campus. Especially after you see the Chiefs beat the Dolphins, so they moved to 7-2. The Dolphins are 7-3, so they're moving back one and kind of giving that separation back in the AFC. And it's the playoff picture starting to shape up. There's some teams, if you look at like the Broncos, who are like, 3-5 or something like that, and on a bye, they're basically already eliminated from the playoffs. So these playoff pictures have kind of shaped up. You've seen some people move into position to kind of compete and to at least try to get back in that playoff hunt. There's a few that are close, but it's becoming real kind of cut and dry, in my opinion, on these playoff teams. Now in the NFC, it's a little bit funkier. There's a lot more going on, and I mean, the NFC East alone, you you can almost make an argument for any of these teams except for the Giants. Unfortunately, they seem to be on the bottom end of it. But even the Commanders winning today against the Patriots puts them in the position where they can really just be out here to compete. And it's wild that if a nice strong run from a team like the Commanders, and they might even sneak into the playoffs. Then you've got the Cowboys Philly game that was another kind of decider for the division. It's it's a tough one. It's wild. In the NFC South, it's still wide open. It could go a bunch of different ways. The Buccaneers barely lost a heartbreaker. It was a tough one. It was another close game, and Mayfield just could not get it done there at the end, and it was sad to see. And then if you go to like the NFC West, it's really you're looking at the Seahawks and the 49ers. Who's going to be able to win that division? The Seahawks losing today did not help them one bit. The Ravens were a big test, big benchmark, but you really got to see them get that game done. These are playoff type teams, and you can't go losing 30-3 against a clear playoff contending team. And not to sound mean to the Ravens, I'm real excited for what they're going to do. maybe they'll make it to the AFC Championship game. But are we really looking at the Ravens as a clear-cut Super Bowl favorite? Not quite. Kind of close. It could be, but I mean, with performances like a 30-3 against the Seahawks, at least let you know they're here to compete. That these boys are here to show out. You know, it's wild to see. But tonight, we're watching these Cincinnati Bengals going up against the Bills. What's your predictions, folks? If you're watching, don't be afraid to comment and shout out your prediction, and we'll feature it here and make sure that you guys are good to go. I know I don't have. I'm a little slacking on Rumble. If you guys give me a little bit of time, I'll be able to get to your comments as well and check on you guys. On Facebook and YouTube are easier for me to update comments. They just flow right on in. And on Rumble, I have to basically check and look for them, the old fashioned way. I'll see them the same time you do, basically, is the best way to put it. But don't be afraid. We still got about 7 minutes or so until kickoff. So a little bit of time to get your guys' predictions in. I have the Cincinnati Bengals winning this game. What do you guys think? Do you think that Cincinnati's going to be able to pull it off? Could be kind of it's really almost a down year for both Cincinnati and the Bills. Neither one of them have really just blown the doors off like they typically do in a season. So it does make me wonder how they're going to be able to do. Either one of these teams could win this game. Look, I picked the Cincinnati Bengals to win it, but that does not guarantee the Cincinnati Bengals victory in any sense of the means. But I do believe that it does lead to a strong indication that I like Cincinnati's chances, man. It's just a little bit more firepower on offense. Both defenses are ranked up pretty similar, if you ask me. Um, it's just going to be one of those big games. Who are you guys shouting out? Who are you guys looking out for? What are you guys excited about? What is your Super Bowl predictions? This is Bold Predictions podcast. Uh, we we like to be a little bold here. So if you got something wild, you can shout me out some kind of Cardinals, um, Raiders Super Bowl. Is that going to happen? Give me something funky. I won't make fun of you too bad. But I do have the Chiefs versus the 49ers in the Super Bowl as my Super Bowl prediction. So I'm not sure it's going to happen, but it's a strong possibility. 49ers have kind of taken a couple steps back, though. It's hard to say that they are just going to be out here and win this game. Like I'm less confident about the 49ers than I am the Chiefs. Obviously I'm a Chiefs fan, so you're going to give the homer takes, but Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs really showed out today against the Dolphins, a clear potential playoff team. And we've seen the Dolphins score 70 points on the Broncos. This is a high-powered offense, and the Chiefs' defense held them to 14 points. Just a wild week one. What was you guys' favorite game this week? There was a few to choose from. There were some bangers. There's obviously, with this game being chosen as the watch party game for the week, I decided to pick a non-Chiefs game, We like to highlight other teams, show that we do pay attention to what's going around the league. We are a complete sports media place. We do all sorts of stuff. We will have wrestling featured one of these days, and all sorts of stuff. We got NBA action kicking off, so we might be moving towards little nightly, every night kind of sports show kind of format too. So please do look out for that. It will be very entertaining to see and entertaining to do. Looking forward to bringing you guys more content, especially these kind of watch parties. I like hanging out with you guys and watching these football games and seeing what's going on in the league. We'll see what happens here. Now this Bengals matchup, it's going to be exciting. I will be doing play by play. Obviously, I cannot do any video or sounds from the game, unfortunately. As much as I would like, if it was up to me, I'd have the little screen in the corner or something, at least partial, where we can just be watching the game together. But if I show any part of the broadcast, actually, I get like a 5-second clip basically. And anything more than that, you know, we get in trouble. So it will do a play by play the best I can. I'm not the world's greatest play by play guy, but we'll bring you the scores, kind of highlight the action, and see what is happening. Here we go. Let me see. Bills 23, Bengals 20, led by Captain Damar. Look, I kind of like that one. The what I do agree on, I like that mostly the point score. I kind of would have it as like a 27 Bengals, Bills 17, maybe 20. But this is going to be a rather competitive game, and I'm super excited to see the this matchup. Man, this is what we like to see for Sunday night football. This is one of the better Sunday night football matchups I've seen in quite some time. Currently in commercial break, we got the game getting ready to kick off. Should be starting rather shortly. I believe we have a 8:20 kickoff, so we are just getting into the last minute or two. They're making their predictions. Phil Simms has the Bengals, of course. You'd be kind of surprised if he did not. And it's going to be interesting to see. And shout out to everybody on YouTube and Facebook that are watching. And shout out to Rumble. You guys are the cool kids on the block. We get a big audience all throughout. Um, Mostly on YouTube is where our podcast has started. We see a lot of our uh, original picks from last season. A lot of correct predictions. You see ones like the Russell Wilson's going to be a bust prediction and stuff like that. We also have a lot of highlighted videos like our top 7 sports movies, top 7 things you don't know about Andy Reid, and blocking highlight videos of Travis Kelsey and stuff like that. So make sure you check us out on YouTube, where you'll see a lot of our content. We post some stuff to Facebook, but not much. We do our live watch parties on here. And Rumble gets, I would say, about 70% of what YouTube gets. So you can check us out on all 3 platforms and hit that like and subscribe and all that good jazz. That free support helps grow the channel. Puts us a little bigger. The bigger we grow, the more I can dedicate time and money and resources to doing this. So it's always cool to hang out with you guys. Gets us excited. Coming up tonight, we have the Buffalo Bills and the Cincinnati Bengals showing off for Sunday night football. The Bills are 5-3. The Bengals are 4-3. It's an interesting matchup. Pretty split on takes on who's going to get it. I know I have the Bengals winning. Dwayne has the Bills winning. Don't be afraid to make your comment. Let us know who you've got, and we'll make sure we feature your prediction. And the best ones count before game kicks off. And as long as it's not a blowout, I'll allow it at any time, basically. But if it gets real lopsided, we'll definitely shout out tears for the losing team. Now, I don't think this game will really get carried away. This is one of those Sunday night footballs you circle on your calendar when you look at the Sunday night football lineup. Like I don't usually do these late games, and this one was definitely the one for me. We were real close to doing the Cowboys and Eagles game. That had strong contention too. The 4:30 game. It would have been a fun one to do too. That was a nice, tough NFC East lineup, and it definitely made for a game. Now, if you could give me your Super Bowl predictions, that'd be awesome too. Those are always my favorite ones to kind of know and see about. And for some reason, I'm getting a slight delay from kickoff. Sorry about that. Let me get this worked out on technical issues. But I know that one way or the other, this will be a banger of a matchup. The Cincinnati Eagles game's got everything that's necessary for it to just really show out. And for some reason, my stream is not pulling up. Let me get in a repeat of some of these other wild finishes from earlier in the day. There's a lot of close games that really put up a spectacular show. All right. And for some reason, it keeps like showing me soccer or something like that. Just kind of a really wild mix-up for these sports broadcasts to do, and just makes a repeat performance all the way down the line. All right. Looks like Cincinnati has the ball. They dump it off to Mixon. Nice little kind of screenplay there to the left. Picked up a few yards, about 5 yards. Good enough for the first down. We're 13-22 into the first quarter. So we did miss the kickoff, but we've got it going down now. They're highlighting the Bills defensive players, letting you know their star pieces. They've got a few of them on there. Guys like Micah Hyde and stuff like that. Enough to get you excited. Burrow's in a 4 wide receiver shotgun set. Guy in motion. It's going to be a draw play to the left. It's going to be, that was 2nd and 3. It's going to bring up 3rd down. It's going to be 3rd and short. I think it was going to be about 3rd and 2. Yep, 3rd and 2 with 12:37, 35. Kind of clock is rolling there in the first quarter. Score again is still 0-0 since he got the ball first. Joe Burrows, they're about on the 45-yard line of the Bills, so moving down the field a little bit. On 3rd and 2, they're going to pass, short pass to the tight end. It's good enough for the first down. Probably picked up about 5 or 6 yards there on 3rd and 2, so it's got past the line pretty good. It's going to be number 87, Hudson. That was the guy that picked up the play. He had moved in motion and just kind of found separation there on the sideline, good enough to pick up the first down. They gave him enough of a cushion that it's kind of an easy one. Still in a 3 wide receiver shotgun set, man in motion to the right. Fake handoff, lots of pressure, almost got Joe Burrow down, but he makes the play going to the left. It's going to be Higgins picking up a first down, probably good for maybe 12, 15 yards there. It was a pretty big first down. Nice play action pass. Joe Burrow's barely missed being sacked on that play. It was wild. Oof. Talk about a tough one. It is a close one for sure. Oh, man. Rough to see. Now, Joe Burrow's moved back to under center. 1st and 10. Ooh, barely got that play clock. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Going to be good for about 2-3 yards. And bring up 2nd down with 10:35 left to go in the first quarter. It's going to, 2nd and 7. Bills haven't really done anything to stop them. This has just been a kind of a West Coast drive and just move down the field in red zone now at the 18-yard line for the Bengals. The shotgun formation, 4 wide. Just a quick release for Joe Burrows. Picks up another first down to Smith Jr., number 81. What a wild one. If we got a 1st-and-goal situation for the Cincinnati Bengals. Just quick plays, quick. Don't give this offensive line is not very good for the Bengals, and it is showing. We got a 5 wide receiver set, shotgun formation, about the 7-yard line there. And touchdown. Joe Burrows to Smith Jr., number 81. Same guy who just caught it. Look, that was an easy move down the field by the Bengals. Let's update this scoreboard. Jeez Louise. Could you imagine that? That was pretty wild. I wonder how many plays that was. It was a pretty long drive. Burnt quite a bit of time. Got it down to 9 minutes and 18 seconds when they scored that. So that is an impressive drive for the Cincinnati Bengals. First drive of the game, and just went at ease. Anything they wanted, they got it. It was just no problem. Quick 1 touchdown lead for the Bengals. It'll be interesting to see the Buffalo Bills kind of respond to that kind of drive, they need to definitely get some points on the board. I'd like to see. I mean, it's not a must when it's a one-score game, but definitely want to see at least like a field goal on this drive. Some kind of points on the board, just to kind of show you can at least attempt to go toe to toe with the Bengals. You don't want a 3-and-out and the Bengals score kind of a situation. That's going to make the game ugly early. I would imagine the Bengals defense isn't what I would call elite. So we'll see what Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills can do in the response. I mean, it seemed like every play worked for the Cincinnati Bengals on that drive. There was nothing that stopped them, nothing that did anything to remotely affect the the Bengals offense. Anything the Bills could do, there's nothing they could do on that one. That was a tough one, tough drive. Good way to start the first quarter. We got 9 minutes left in the first quarter. We're on a commercial. We're getting ready for the Cincinnati Bengals to kick off after scoring a touchdown on that previous drive to start the game. Shout out to everybody on Rumble that is watching us. I know we have people on YouTube and Facebook also watching us, so shout out to you guys too. I can feature your comments, but I cannot feature Rumble comments. I've got to kind of pull them up manually. I try to check on them every so often and see how they're doing. It's kind of nice to do. Cincinnati pulled off an early lead to this game. 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. The Bills are going to look to do a similar drive to what they have. They're just showing high school and college photos of Josh Allen and Joe Burrow. Definitely slightly different paths. Joe Burrow was an LSU quarterback. Allen was there at Wyoming. Kind of a no man's land of places. Buffalo Bills defense is trash and overrated. Look, Jesse, on that first drive, that's all it looked like. I mean, there was nothing that Cincinnati couldn't do. They were getting pressure. The Bills were getting pressure on Joe Burrows, but Joe Burrows was getting quick enough release on every single play that it was just one-sided, man. It was, man. Now, the Chiefs looked like that earlier on offense today, too. We've seen their first drive of the game, and it looked like nothing could stop them. And after scoring 21 points in the first half, they couldn't do nothing. Got a play action pass, quick pass to the outside for Allen to Kinson, their tight end. It was kind of a quick, easy little play there. Josh Allen has a 72% completion pass rating. It was first overall in the league. It's been very efficient, I guess. It's always nice to see. Bills are in 5 wide on 2nd and 5. Josh Allen throws. It's going to be incomplete. Tried to go right back to Kinson. He was almost got it. There was a lot of coverage there. It was kind of a dangerous throw, but he kind of tried to zip it in there, and it just different wide receivers. Shout out to Val. Hi, guys. It's nice to see you. We got a 3rd and 5 for the Buffalo Bills, the 8:45 mark of the first quarter. They're going to be in a forward wide receiver shotgun set, running back in the backfield. It kind of looks like false start, but they pass to Stephon Diggs, and he completes it for a nice 10-yard gain. It's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Buffalo Bills, and they get that important third down conversion that they needed. Important one. It's surprising to see Diggs get that kind of open. Nice little crossing route in the middle. We're going to have another 4 wide receiver set for the Buffalo Bills. A quick throw to the outside to Diggs again. Oh, he's broken. Oh, he broke a tackle. He is running downfield. Oh, that was a big gain. Huge. How far did he make that? That was a big one. He broke a tackle, got open. That was a ridiculous play by Diggs. It looked like a short tackle, couple guys in the area, and he refused to go down. Big gain. I guess Beard can't stomach watching the Bills. Yeah, this is not his kind of game. He's not a fan of either one of these teams. It's always interesting to watch him try to pick these kind of games. He does have an open invite to join the show if he is ready, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to make it tonight. He's excited by these Bills and Bengals kind of game. Tough deal for Vanilla Vic today, huh? A little torn ACL action is rough to see. It's a broken Vic at this point. All right. We're back to 1st and 10, 6:44 to go for the Buffalo Bills. 6:40. And still in the shotgun set. Pass to the outside. They get a first down. It's going to be a gain of 12 or so by Kinsit again. He's really stepping up, trying to show he's worth the money, I suppose. It's nice to see. Joe Burrow's on the sideline looking stumped. It was tough to see these Bills just march right down, going blow for blow. We're down on the 3-yard line, 1st and goal. Play action. Josh Allen's going to run it in for a touchdown, 4 score. We've got another score on the board. The Buffalo Bills are going to tie it up here in the first quarter. Threw a flag. And it's going to be on the Bills. I can't see what it's for. It's touchdown's good. I guess it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct. Is that what is going on here? Taunting by Josh Allen. Yeah, that sounds about right. We've got it tied up. Whew, what an interesting way to start Sunday night football. This is why we tuned in, folks. Is it not? These kind of a banger action, this back and forth. It's exactly what we wanted to see from these two teams, and they are giving it to us tonight. Shout out the Cincinnati Bengals and Buffalo Bills. It's an interesting one. Yeah. Let's go, Josh. Let me ask you this, teacher. Are you taking Josh Allen over Joe Burrow? Which quarterback, if you had to pick one to play for the Giants starting next week, who are you going? Josh Allen, Joe Burrow? That's an interesting versus quarterback matchup. I feel like with either one, you can't go wrong. Both are pretty elite quarterbacks. I know I'm kind of higher on Joe Burrow than I am on Josh Allen. But I mean, I would also say that I mean, if you Joe Burrows is a little bit more loaded of a quarterback. He's a little bit more stout. It brings it's a tough one. Both are good. Slightly, Josh. I bit my tongue with all the nonsense Beard was saying how Kirk Cousins is better. Look, I'm not saying there's no way I could put Kirk Cousins above uh, a lot of quarterbacks. I have trouble calling Kirk Cousins a top 10 quarterback. So I don't blame you there. I can see how you had difficulty uh, with trying to decide that one. It is that's a rough one. I don't think it's that competitive or close between those two. To me, I think Joe Burrows versus Josh Allen is a much closer, much more accurate comparison. You know, they're at least in the same ballpark of each other. Kirk Cousins is he's back down there, and now that he's injured or tore his Achilles, like to me as a franchise, I would be done uh, wanting to have him as a quarterback or as a possibility of being a quarterback. Like I don't even want him at all. Oh, what a Sunday night football game. Joe Burrows is better than Josh Allen because Josh Allen is a turnover machine. Yeah, I kind of. The problem with that, my only thing is, I also picked Joe Burrow, but he's got a very loaded team. Like if you took away two of Joe Burrow's wide receiver, if you just gave him Chase, then I would be curious on who uh, who I really pick in that situation. You ever been to KC? Yeah, yeah. I'm from KC for the most part. I've lived in KC for well, from 1998 to 2020 or so. Um, Off and on. I've also lived in Germany and like Lake of the Ozarks, a small town in the Lake of the Ozarks. So definitely some Kansas City in me. A few decades in Kansas City. Went to high school there and stuff like that. If you know, Dude with a Beard, you know his brother, and I went to high school with his brother. So that's how we know each other through each other. Through Beard's brother is how we know each other. All right, we got the Bengals back with it, the 1st and 10. Joe Burrows is going to be under center. It's kind of surprising. We've seen a lot of shotgun going on in this game. And actually, it was an I formation to start. And it's going to be a toss. Was it a toss? Interesting play on 1st down. Oh wow! So you knew that German anthem that was being played. I've heard it before. It would not be my first time hearing it, uh, but I'm not super familiar with German language. I don't speak very much Deutsch. Mit Deutschland, no habla aus Deutschland. Uh, it's pretty wild. You ever coming back to visit? Yeah, I'm actually will be in Kansas City in March, in late March. I'll be maybe April, um, but more than likely late March. I'll be back in Kansas City for a few days, maybe a week or so. Uh, it's hard to get me back in Kansas City too much anymore, but certain special family events make you got to go back. Uh, I was back in Kansas City a little over a year ago now for a wedding as well. So I go about once a year nowadays. Um, and that's a little bit much for my blood nowadays. So I'm down by the beach. You can find me down by the beach. So it's hard to come off that uh, semi-retired life, So it's a tough one. And 2nd and 10 for the Bengals. Back to the Joe Burrow's running for his life. Ooh, almost intercepted by the Bills. He couldn't make that catch inside of it. Uh, he almost, if he could have came down with that, that would have been nice. Especially talking about how Josh Allen's a turnover machine. Then we see Joe Burrows do it, but that's going to be caught out of bounds, so that's not going to count. And pretty interesting. And shout out to you guys on Rumble. If you guys comment on Rumble, I can't put the chat on the screen, but I will make sure I mention your comment. Try to leave you guys in the loop. We've got a 3rd and 10 that Joe Burrows is going to convert. Wow, that's pretty wild. Let's see this. Let's see it again. I got distracted there for a second. The Bills are getting pressure on Joe Burrows. It is no doubt. And he just completes the throw to the outside. Is that going to be Boyd, it looks like? And man, just what a throw and catch. This crazy combination. Joe Burrow's just got all these options, man. It's wild to see. So shotgun, 5 wide receiver set on 1st and 10 with 2:52 to go. It looks like it's going to be Hudson that's going to catch it for a first down. Just a banger. These two teams are going back and forth, man. This is wild. And Joe Burrow's really been spreading it around too. Smith Jr. and Hudson both have been playing an important role earlier on in this game. 1st and 10 again, back in the red zone, 14-yard line on 1st and 10. Still the shotgun set. It's going to be incomplete. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 with 2 minutes and 11 seconds to go in the first quarter. Both of these tied up 1-1. Yeah, he's way better than Josh Allen, bro. I don't care what nobody say, and he's accurate. Yeah, I mean, the only thing another thing you got to appreciate about Josh Allen over Joe Burrow is Josh Allen's got some legs too. He can run the ball a little bit, almost, mind you, slightly more mobile but less break tackle Roethlisberger. Joe Burrows on 2nd and 10 is going to roll out right. And did he complete that? We'll see here. Let's see what they call it. Oh, yeah, he caught it. He stepped out of bounds before it was a touchdown, though. Let's see. He is, but Josh Allen leads the league in completion percentage. I mean, there was, and he's in top 5 in a lot of categories, not just completion percentage. And there's a lot of highlights to Josh Allen, and you also got a question if he had three elite wide receivers, what would that actually look like? Like, man, talk about loaded. That Buffalo Bills defense is overrated, bro. Look, Joe Burrows is having no trouble. There's pressure. The Bills are getting pressure. But, I mean, here we are, 1 minute to go, or, 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. And Joe Burrows is second and goal on the goal line already. Like, man, about to score it. The Bengals defense really needs to get a stop if they want to continue the success. Because if not, this is gonna be a dual matchup, a little fight back and forth all night. It's gonna be an incomplete pass. Ooh, just barely. If you would have maintained possession of it by Chase, man, yeah, he got both feet down. He just couldn't hold on to the ball. So it's going to bring up third down and goal on the 2.5 yard line. Let's see what they can do here. See if Cincinnati can get a touchdown. They hand the ball off. Oh, wow. It's been a while since we've seen one of these. And he gets the touchdown. Mixon gets the touchdown. Oof. What a banger. What a banger. This is exactly what we wanted. This is why I chose this game for the watch party of the week. This is exactly what you wanted to see here. 14 Cincinnati. Oh, I forgot to let me edit that one. I forgot to change one score. Sorry about that. Don't want to shortchange the Buffalo fans. You do have some points on the board. And I'm getting my scoreboard all mixed up here. One of these days, I will get it. Oh, no, that's not it. Sorry, folks, for the technical difficulties. We're all on commercial break anyway for the game, so you guys will bear with me. And we'll get the correct, there we go, correct score on the board. Too easy. Jesse, I'm telling you, the only shocking part was is they decided to finally run the ball a short yardage situation in the when it's that close to the goal line, hand the ball. I don't like throwing the ball. We're seeing pass plays, and Joe Burrow and the Bengals for the second drive in a row march down the field, very little resistance, and they score. I mean, they put up a tough fight on that goal line series, but we'll see how far that got them. Man, so what was you guys' favorite game of the week? What was there anyone that excited you or threw you for a loop? I was kind of disappointed by the Patriots losing to the Washington Commanders. Another correct prediction gone wrong. Kind of disappointing. And how about the Vikings? Dobbs came in, nothing else on the board, and the quarterback goes down, and Dobbs comes in, been there for 3 days, and wins the game for him. Joe Burrow's got legit wide receivers. Man, those wide. It's the best wide receiver group in the NFL, if you ask me. That Joe Burrow's man, it's disgusting. I mean, I wouldn't say any of them are the best wide receiver. I'd rather Tyreek Hill or AJ Brown or just a healthy Justin Jefferson. But man, as a group, give me the Bengals. Well, it's disgusting. That Dobbs final drive was awesome. It was, man, I was watching Red Zone, and it was unbelievable to watch. There was a lot of close games because it had that game going on. The Chicago game was super close, and it was fireworky. Then they had the Texans going on at the same time, getting that upset win in the final little seconds of the game, and that was a killer drive. Like it was pretty good Sunday matchup. I've been watching football pretty much all day. That Chiefs game starts you out super early, being in Germany, and the little 9:30, 8:30 start, a little rough. The Bills on first down. I'm gonna do a run play for a gain of, I'm gonna call that 2 or so. What are they gonna call that? 2, maybe 3. Might call that 3. I give Stroud so much credit too, finally breaking that Ohio State quarterback curse. Look, it happens every once in a while. That curse gets broken. Look at Pat Mahomes. He broke the Big 12 curse. Everybody said don't draft a Big 12 quarterback. And here we go, watching Pat Mahomes be the best one possible. And yeah, that's what's always blown my mind about the Ohio State hype is, it's never translated to the NFL, at least in that quarterback position. But he's shown he's not a complete bust or anything like that. He's got the potential at least. So we like to see that teach. It's always nice. Shout out to the young guys. With a lot of these old guys like Philip Rivers, Tom Brady, Matt Ryan, seeing all these old guys retire. Drew Brees, Roethlisberger. Kind of left a big hole in the NFL. We got to see who's going to be the other elite guys. We know we got Joe Burrow. We know we got Josh Allen, Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. But even those guys are, each one of them are been in the league for a handful of years. So it's nice to see some of these rookies kind of taking that step up to get us to the next level of the NFL and see how it's going to continue to evolve. That Dobbs trade looked like it paid off mightily for the Vikings already. With the way they played, it makes you be like, why worry about Kirk Thuggins? Like, why pay him all that money? And I always thought that was wild when Lamar Jackson was trying to get that guaranteed money and everybody pointing to Watson, but Kirk Cousins also had that guaranteed contract type of game, and rough one. Oh, Sunday Night Football, tons of commercials. Well, you got to change this to commercial night football. NBC sure likes to take advantage of our viewership a little bit here. And I wish I got to play as many commercials as they did. Shout out to Rumble. They play commercials on there and actually pay people for it. Unlike YouTube, they make you wait a really long time before you start making money. And on Rumble, you can do super chats, and we will feature anybody that is nice enough to donate money to us. But again, completely not necessary. A simple like and subscribe will do. We got a flag on this play. I don't know why they were late coming back for commercial or something. What's going on here? Need to update this score too. And we are now in the second quarter. Is into this. Let's go. It looks like we're going to call this pass interference on the Bengals. Yeah, for sure. Or maybe him. Maybe the Bills. Who is it on? That was definitely on the Bengals. That solves that question. I don't know. I'm starting to feel like I need glasses sometimes. It's a little hard for me to see these little words while I'm trying to do all these different things at once. But it's all right. We'll continue back into this action. We've got second down and 11 for the Buffalo Bills, 14-22, 14-20 to go in the second quarter. It's going to be an incomplete pass to bring up third and 11 for Josh Allen. Well, starting to get a little tough night dish for him. It's not what you want. Now, that first drive wasn't all roses like it was for the Bengals for the Bills, but so you definitely want to see if they can convert, but they still definitely move the ball pretty good. Josh Allen he fights through getting sacked, just barely gets the ball off. Man, I'm watching these games make you really glad that you don't get hit by these 350-pound linemen every week, man. Oof. Just to get up, shake it off, do it again. Third down, third and 11. Josh Allen takes the snap, and we're going to get a flag on the play. What are they going to call this? What are they just calling everything tonight? Little yellow flaggy over here. Little tic-tacky, little keep the drive going. Oh, what do we get? What do we get? Are they going to call it roughing the passer? Or holding? That's going to be a holding call. Yeah, that's a big hold. Oof. They decline it. It's going to bring up fourth and 11. And the Bills are going to punt. First punt of the game. It's always good to get a little punting action. And it'll be a good one. Fair caught. Nothing too exciting. Nothing too crazy for this beginning of the second quarter. Just the Bills going flat. Not being able to sustain that drive, and they really needed that one too. Get the score back on the board for you guys. Don't want to leave you hanging there. Forgot to put it up. I know if you're checking in, makes it a little easier just to be able to quickly glance at the screen and see the score. I know that if you're unable to watch the game, this gives you a chance to kind of know what's going on in the game. Stay tuned, stay updated. You know, there's maybe you're at work and they're blocking you. You can get on Rumble and YouTube, but you can't watch the game or Facebook. Maybe you're in the bathroom. Hopefully not. And watching, being able to keep up on the game. I'm excited to watch these Bengals absolutely destroy these Buffalo Bills just so I can make fun of the only New York team. Now, on these first two drives, the Bengals have had nothing but success. They've pretty much done nothing but excellency. It's going to be interesting to see what the Bills are going to have to do is go from getting pressure on Joe Burrow to getting sacks on Joe Burrow. You're going to have to start creating like second and third and longs, kind of make it at least toughen it up somewhat in some way for them on this game. You know, it's not how you want to have it be for If you're Buffalo, you don't want to give the Cincinnati Bengals a chance to start gapping you, start putting a little 2 point lead on you, because I'm not sure you can stop them enough to feel confident that they're not going to just walk all over you in this game. It really can just happen. And there he goes again, 1st and 10. A nice completion, easy work. Joe Burrows to Higgins. It's like they're just sitting in the shotgun formation and just doing whatever they want. This is unbelievable. 13 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the second half. 1st and 10. They're at the 35-yard line, 34-yard line. Still in shotgun. Nice little screenplay. Not going to get anywhere, though. Looks like they're going to lose a yard or two on 1st down. Not a huge loss, but definitely a step in the right direction if you are the Buffalo Bills. Like you need that 2nd and 12 is the first successful thing the Buffalo Bills have done on defense all night. If we're going to be honest, that might be uh, first tackle for a loss for them on the night. First stop them in the track, and then they're just going to bring it right back and get it to Mixon. And he's going to get the 1st down, the gain of probably 13 or 14 on 2nd and 12. Just on fire. Just on fire. Just marching down the. I mean, at this pace, you're really going to have to be amazed at what they're doing to keep up. Like, this is just. They've got nothing for this Cincinnati team. It is completely one-sided. Oh, we got a 2nd down. Look at that. It wasn't a 1st down. Look at the Bills accomplishing something. Joe Mixon was 20 on 20 rushes. He did 105 yards with a 5.3 yard average and 4 touchdown the last time these two teams played. What an absolute monster. And Joe Mixon took a pay cut to stay with the Cincinnati Bengals. And that's a lot of faith in a team, because with his talent, there's no real reason to take a pay cut. We're down to the 11-minute mark, 2nd and 8 for the Bengals. And let's see what happened here. Oh, get a little completion for 5 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and 3 for Cincinnati. Just continuing to march down the field. 10:35 to go in the second half. Joe Burrow under center with a 4 wide receiver and a tight end set. So everybody's out kind of wide. We're going to have a penalty on this play. It looks like it's going to be a false start. We're going to call it on the offense on Cincinnati. I thought that was definitely going to be against Buffalo. Kind of a shocker. It's going to bring up still 3rd down. So that's going to move it back to the 3rd and 8, I believe. Kind of an interesting one there. Yeah, and you're going to see it. It was definitely a false start. Jumped a little early there. And we got 3rd and 8 for Cincinnati. They completed the pass He looks like he's going to be just short. Just short. Well, the pass wasn't very far down field, and he tried to pick it up after the catch, but Von Miller really was trying to get some pressure on Joe Burrows. Getting just so close to tackling him. Just in his face, lots of pressure. See Floyd there too. That's like almost like a Rams reunion for the Buffalo Bills defensive line there. Kind of wild. Not exactly. I mean, I guess those two are pretty talented. Not a bad way to go. And the Bengals punted. There's going to be 9:07 left in the second quarter. And definitely an interesting one. Definitely a banger. These late games always get a little tough on you just because it's so late in the evening to be pulling up a football game. That's the only downside of being on the East Coast versus like the Midwest and stuff like that is these games just get a little late on Sunday night. I don't say so myself. And of course, the older you get, the less likely you are to stay up late and watch football games. But, we power through them to bring it to you guys. Suffer through all these pistachio commercials to get to the great action of football. It's definitely been a kind of surprise after the first quarter to see either one of these teams punting, let alone both of them. Almost had the makeup for one of those games where nobody punts. But we've now gone after Cincinnati scoring on its first two drives and the Bills scoring on their first drive to seeing nothing but punts now. A lot of little plays, but nothing enough to move down the field and get first downs. And it's been tough sledding. See what Josh Allen can do now that he's got the ball back. His defense is trying to keep him in it, trying to give him a chance. If Cincinnati really needed to score there to put some separation on it, in my opinion, but there's always time to do that. The Bills need to use this opportunity to tie up the game and bring it back to a even matchup. You don't want to go into the locker room halftime down. That's a tough way to go. Tough way to do it. Josh Allen has been pretty successful this season. And, kind of up and down this year, really. I'm not too big on him. And he's going to try his best. They're starting on the 15-yard line or the 12-yard line, excuse me. Oh, speaking of the devil, Josh Allen, interception. First play. Look, we was just talking about how Josh Allen throws picks, and we see it. We see it. Big turnover for Cincinnati's defense. Josh Allen tries to force it down the field. Is that Diggs? I'm trying to see who it was. Yeah. Yeah, the intended target was Diggs. He thought he had Stephon Diggs downfield, and Cincinnati's corner got in the way of that one for an easy interception, well into Buffalo's territory. That is a complete disaster for the Buffalo Bills. It's not what they needed. And on first down, Joe Burrows gets the completion to Hudson, who's he's been putting in work all night. I think that's got to be his third, maybe fourth reception of the game. And he kind of gets lost there among the plethora of wide receiver choices for Cincinnati, but he's been impressing tonight, that's for sure. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Buffalo called a timeout. We've seen the Colts beat the Carolina Panthers 20-7. Giants lose to Vegas. Teacher got that one right. So, maybe I'll join you in not choosing the Giants anymore. Jeez Louise, man. What a rough season. Kansas City beat the Dolphins 21-14. The Baltimore Ravens beat the Seattle Seahawks 30-3. Complete blowout. Whew. And on 2nd and 1, not sure what happened there. That was a weird looking play. Maybe it was a fumble. Looked like it was a handoff, and Joe Burrow recovered a fumble on the. Oh, he tried a quarterback sneak. I see what it was. Yeah. I don't think that's a fumble, though. It's going to bring up 3rd and inches for Cincinnati. I'd like to hand the ball off. You got Mixon there. Yeah, there he goes. You got him in the backfield. Oh, false start, Cincinnati. Still 3rd down. That was 3rd and inches. Those are the ones you're supposed to be able to convert with these. And now you're going to bring up a 3rd and 5. That was delay of game. Not false start. Sorry about that. 7:30 to go in the second quarter. It's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Cincinnati Bengals. Well into Buffalo territory. Looks about the 25-yard line or so. Just outside of the red zone. See if they can do it here. Joe Burrow runs for it, picks up the first down, gets about 8, maybe 9. There is a flag on the play. Let's see what they call this. What are we going to get here? Oh, I'm not seeing it. Oh, holding on Joe Burrow on, Cincinnati, number 65, Kapka. Oh, tough break. Tough break. And I'm not even sure they needed it, man. That's a tough one. Especially on 3rd and 5. You'd already one penalty, already moved you back. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty, making it 3rd and 15. Kind of pushes you into that. You need to at least pick up some yards if you want to make a field goal range. Kind of tough. We're going to get a commercial break. 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. What an interesting chain of events. First 2 drives, back and forth. Each team scores relatively easy. Second drive, it was just the Bengals scoring. Then we get back-to-back punts. And then you get Josh Allen throwing an interception. Now we have a 3rd and 15 for Cincinnati. After being at 3rd and inches, they get 2 penalties back-to-back. First to 5, then the 10-yarder. To make it 3rd and long, barely. So it's a long field goal attempt. You're looking at an easy 50, maybe 55-yarder. So it makes it kind of long. And I would think you still go for that field goal in that situation up in New York. Kind of give you that 2-point or 2-score game that you would like to. You always feel more comfortable when you're up 2 scores. At least I do, personally, if I'm a fan. So let's see if the Bengals can pull that off. Again, we're at a commercial break, waiting on this 3rd and 15 series down in Buffalo territory. Let's see. Well, I think it's right about the 35-yard line or so, I believe. So if you're trying to do a field goal from there, hey, you start getting to that 50-plus range, start getting a little nervous. Odds start going down a little bit, a little less guaranteed from there. And they're talking about the Olympics in Paris this year, or this next year, 2024. We quite haven't made it there yet, but we're excited for the Olympics here too. Something you get every couple of years, whether winter or summer. It's every 4 years for each one, but they alternate. Joe Burrow looking at the plays on his wrist, trying to see what he can see if there's anything on there for a 3rd and 15. Like that's a tough one. It's not a tremendous amount of plays. Oh, now we're gonna get a flag on the Bills. What was that for? What? Offsides, Leonard Floyd. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Make it a little bit more manageable. Ooh, Joe Burrow, his hand is a little busted up. Looks like on his right hand, his index finger. That is definitely bloody. Makes you wonder if he still got his fingernail kind of thing. A little rough looking. Definitely can't feel good. Man, I'd hate to be those guys trying to grip a football with a torn up finger. We got another penalty on this play. Bills are celebrating the stop, but we'll see what they call here. And it's going to be. What is this? Looks like holding. I can't tell. They're not showing the replay. Need them to, whatever it was, did not go in their favor. They will be attempting a field goal here. 55-yard attempt for Cincinnati. See if they can make this a 10-point game. Kick is up, and it is good. But we have a flag on the play. This is like the got to be the 5th play in a row with a flag on it. What is going on here? False start on Orlando Brown Jr. That sounds about right. Oh, Orlando Brown Jr. Good old former Kansas City Chiefs. He talk about a guy that fumbled the bag, man. The Chiefs offered him a bunch of money. He said no. He wants to prove it. He played one more year in Kansas City, and that did not work. And that took them out of field goal range, and they had to punt it there. So that took 3 points off the board. Just nothing but back to back to back to back bad penalties on Cincinnati. What a poorly managed team there, man. That is rough. They went from third and inches to completely out of field goal range. Yeah, third and inches on the 25 to we can't even kick a field goal. Lose 15 yards after being in third and inches on 3 different penalties. Oof, that is a lucky break for the Buffalo Bills defense. They somehow, some way, after Josh Allen turned the ball over, well into Buffalo Bills territory, prevented them from scoring. That was just absolutely bonkers to see. We get in a bunch of commercials. Looks like a Marine commercial or something like that, chasing the house. It's kind of weird. You don't really see it. And then a Carfax commercial saying you should pay $5,000 less because that truck's been in an accident. This truck hasn't. These commercials just get wilder and wilder every year. I look forward to the Super Bowl halftime commercials. Those are always kind of fun, kind of neat to see, kind of fun to do. Oh, what a tough break for Cincinnati. They get a big interception on Josh Allen. He cannot convert it to points because of dumb penalties on their offense. Like, that was just 4 penalties in a row, taking them completely out of field goal range. Ended up punting that ball. Now, you do that because it gives you, you don't want to try to kick a 60-yard field goal, I guess. That's kind of rough odds. So you play the field position game, get the Bills inside the 15. Ooh, maybe even about the 10-yard line. They're going to have it there on 1st and 10. Let's see what they can do here. Oof. Kind of rough. I get to see the play. We'll wait for see if they, instead of playing a replay of it, they show Josh Allen has the most turnovers since he came in the league. 5th straight game with an interception for Josh Allen. Oof. I mean, you play hard, you throw it hard, I guess. They're going to run it there on 2nd and 4. Looks like they're going to pick up a gain of 2 or 3 to bring up 3rd and short. Yep, third and 2 with 4 minutes and 33 seconds to go at the half or the second quarter, excuse me. We're going to get back into. No, he's going to be under the center. Josh Allen gets sacked. What a monster sack, too. It's going to bring him all the way back down to like the 6-yard line. Bengals needed that. That defense needed that one. Ooh, what a quick series for the Bills. Who was that that got that sack? Can't tell. And really, Josh Allen kind of just held on to it a little longer than he should have. Got caught up in traffic and took him down. The Buffalo Bills are going to punt. Kind of back and forth action here now. Getting back into that punt game. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the second quarter. It's a fun one and for Sunday night. 14-7. The way this game started, you thought it was going to be a high-scoring game. Maybe hammer their over real quick, but kind of cooled off in this second quarter. Neither team has scored in the second quarter. Just a bunch of punts and a Josh Allen interception in the mix. It's going to be 1st and 10 for Josh Allen or Joe Burrow. I'm mixing up names here. Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. 1st and 10. 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go. And we're going to have shotgun formation. Ooh, yeah. It looks like he's still got his fingernail. Something's wrong with that finger. It ain't right. They need to tape that up or something. Something ain't right with Joe Burrow's hand. 2nd and 10. Joe Burrow's going to be in the shotgun formation again. 4 wide. 1 running back in pass protection. See what he can do here. Buying a little bit of time. Throws a ball pretty far downfield. It was a pretty deep pass attempt. Let's see if he can pull it off. Oh, I did not see if he caught it. Oof, the suspension. Oh, I'm sorry about that, folks. I did not see it. And they went to commercial instead of showing a replay. Feel like that pass should have had a replay on it. This is a deep ball. Joe Burrow's trying to move it downfield, trying to get it. It looked like it was going to be at least a contested catch. What a banger. And we're still on commercial break. What a time to go to commercial. 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Can't just hold off these commercials for, some random farmer's market or whatever this is. Doesn't always make sense, but it is, that's how they make their money, I guess. Everyone thinks the NFL makes their money off ticket sales, but I promise you, it's these commercials for Liberty Mutual. They remind you if your insurance got that much money to buy NFL commercials, make sure you make your payment, God forbid they can't show me a Sunday night football commercial. Now we got a Bud Light commercial. Always exciting. Talk about someone tanking their own business, Nothing says it better than the old old Bud Light there. Great way to destroy it. Peacock's got a bunch of funky commercials. Oh, did I miss a Michael Hyde interception? Can't tell. They're highlighting his stats. And he's on the sideline, but let me see here. No, I don't think so. No, 3rd and 10 for Cincinnati. Joe Burrow takes the snap, completes the pass. Ooh, it's going to be just short of the first down. Gain of probably like 9 on 3rd and 10. Just barely did not convert that. Ooh, let's see what Cincinnati decides to do here. 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Clock is just ticking. There, it looks like they're going to go for it. They are going for it on 4th and 1. They're in shotgun on 4th and 1. Yeah, sure enough. Quick pass. That's going to be a completion to Chase Young. Ooh, what a good connection those two have been, man. Dynamite. What is... oh, Jamar Chase. Why do they call him Chase Young? Excuse me. I don't even know who I'm thinking of with Chase Young. Wow, that's blowing my mind. Until it's a late night. We got 1st and 10 at the 2-minute warning. Yeah, then they didn't get the playoff before the 2-minute warning. So we'll be back after a few more commercials. As my wife likes to joke around, 2-minute warning means we only have 20 minutes till halftime. It always seems like those last 2 minutes they can make that go on for an hour. It seems like certainly long enough to get these Modelo commercials in. It's kind of interesting to see all the differences. See if Joe Burrow and the Bengals can put up a drive together to score before this second quarter ends, before they go into halftime. Can they make it a 2-score lead? They tried to do it on the last drive, but they got nothing but penalties to kick them out of field goal range. 3 or 4 penalties in a row took them from field goal range to right out of it. Oof. I'm going to have to grab me a little cup of coffee during this halftime break. And I will be taking a break for halftime, but no fear, I shall return when it goes on. I'm going to have to find me a little streaming partner to make sure I get breaks a little easier. It's always nice when you got a co-host, but it's not always the case. And the show must go on. So we'll bring you these halves uninterrupted. Nice solid play-by-plays. Nice little Golden Corral commercial. Oh, wow. Let's see a minute. That was crazy. Went to high school with a guy on the commercial there. That was very unexpected. Did not expect to see him. Pretty wild Sunday night. Pretty wild Sunday night action. And you get someone from your high school on a commercial there for Golden Corral. Shout out to Sam. All right. Ooh, they're going to start the second quarter off with a handoff to mix it to the left side for a gain of what looks like 4. See what they call it there. It's going to get the clock going. Already on Buffalo's side of the field. So they've got a short field. So it makes sense to get the clock kind of moving there. Joe Burrow's been surprisingly mobile today. I think that's what they're really kind of focusing on is he went from a bad ankle to doing some very unlike Joe Burrow things. He's not really a light on his feet kind of quarterback, but see him in action there. Buffalo had called a timeout to stop the clock. Joe Burrow passes it. Is that a completion? No, that was not. Oof. Dodged a bullet on that one. That was a almost a touchdown. He put it right there. Oh. Surprised he did not come down with that. That defense for the Bills came in just clutch enough to make it there, to make it 3rd and 7. And Cincinnati decided to call a timeout. With 1:46 to go in the second quarter. Must not have liked that play or that look. Sometimes you do it to see what kind of formation they're going to be in. Kind of gives you an idea of what their strategy is going to be to play you, but it's always silly to me because it's easy to audible it and change up the play. No big deal there. Kind of wasted. I guess it's not a waste of a timeout. Green Bay won today, kind of busted up the pigs. Oh, the quarterback comparisons are pretty wild. Josh Allen is just at 50% completion pass. It looks like the Bengals are going to pass for it on 3rd and 7 and pick up the first down. Touchdown. That is going to be a touchdown for Cincinnati. We've got a touchdown, Cincinnati, going into the 1 minute to go in the 2. That was just a dump off play. Nice conversion, nice little yards after the catch for a nice little 22-yard touchdown pass. It looks like it's going to be Sample, whoever that is. Not even familiar with him, and he's out here. It's probably the second string tight end out here just scoring points. It's going to make it a 2-touchdown game for Cincinnati. Let me make sure I put that on the screen for you guys. No reason to update it and not share it, huh? Sharing's caring. Keep you guys up there. We're going to see Buffalo Bills get the ball back with 1 minute and 37 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Or, excuse me, second quarter. Guess I'm over here dreaming it's going to be the fourth quarter, but that is not the case. Kind of puts a lot of pressure on the Bills. And the last time these two teams played each other was in the playoffs, and it was a one-sided game, kind of like we're seeing here tonight so far. It's 21-7. 137 left to go. Buffalo really needs to. You almost want to say they need to get a touchdown on this drive, but you got to get some kind of points on the board to get the motivation, the momentum swinging towards your way, Buffalo. Like this is going to get out of control early if you can't do something here in this last little bit of the second half or second quarter. We've got the Buffalo Bills and 4 wide in a shotgun set, 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. And Josh Allen's going to complete the pass. Ooh, for a big gain. There's got to be a 25-yard pass or a 20-yard throw and catch. 1:13 to go. We're going to get back on the ball and hike it quick. Another completion. Look, Josh Allen trying to be efficient these last 2 minutes. We've got 55 seconds left and counting. Clock is just ticking as they try to get back on the ball. They've got one timeout. He completes another pass for a gain of about 3 yards on 1st and 10. You kind of need to do a little bit more than that. 30 seconds to go. Another short pass. I mean, this is 1 yard gain, 2 yard gains. This is not a whole lot there. But they did get it out of bounds, so that at least stops the clock. It's going to bring up 3rd down, 3rd and medium. We're at like a 3rd and 5 situation. We've got a injured Cincinnati player, someone in the secondary. Buffalo's going to have to do something to really drive down the field here. It's 3rd and 6 with 27 seconds to go, and they desperately need points at this point in the game. You don't want to give you nice momentum if you can score some points. They get the ball after the half, so kind of gives you back-to-back scoring opportunities if they can get points on this possession. It'd do a lot for them if they could. But Josh Allen's kind of stalled out after that first drive. The first drive, they looked very efficient, very smooth. But after that, it was not a whole lot to write about. He's thrown an interception and a bunch of short possessions. I guess they're showing how he got injured. It was like a sliding tackle deal. All right, 3rd and 6, shotgun formation. Josh Allen takes it and he throws it. Ooh, what happened? Ooh, it's incomplete. Going to bring up 4th and 6. 24 seconds to go. See what Buffalo does here. I don't think they're in field goal range. Is this it looks like, yeah, it might be. It's going to be a long field goal. But at this point, you might as well attempt it. Looks like, well, we got a flag on the play against Buffalo. Is it, I didn't see what it was. Oh, stay, hold pat, maybe intentional grounding. Is that what they're trying to call it? Not sure what happened. Yeah. I guess they were showing a replay of the 3rd down. It's going to bring up 4th and 16. Buffalo Bills are going to try for one of those super duper uber long field goals. See what they officially mark it here. I think that's going to be a 60. Let's see where they spot the ball. I said 60 yards, and I'm just taking a wild guess as where I thought the ball was originally. They still, yeah. I think they're still going to attempt the field goal here. Oh, they're going to go to punt. That moved them out of that possible field goal range. 7 seconds left to go in the second half. That's going to bring up the halftime. And we will be back after the halftime breaks. And we'll see you on the second half. And welcome back in, welcome back in, welcome back in. We are now in the third quarter of this lovely Sunday night football matchup. It was slightly late coming back into it, but that is all right. It doesn't look like we've missed too much. The Buffalo Bills are midway down the field. Slowly moving. We're trying to do some fanciness. Let's see if I can't get this on the screen with us. Let's see what that looks like. See if we can't get this up here for you guys. Let's see if this changes it up for us a little bit. Yeah, there we go. There we go. It's not so bad. Let's see if I can mess with the different settings here. I kind of like this one. Let's see what this one looks like. I think we're already. That's not too bad either. Even though I do kind of tend to lean this way a little bit. This is a close matchup here. Let me check this one out. I kind of like this one too. Gives me a little smaller for a minute. We'll see if the banner adds anything different. I like messing with stuff here. Sorry. I know I'm messing up the play-by-play here for a second, but bear with me while we get our show situated. Oh, I guess the Buffalo Bills have just scored. I guess this screen share is going to be just ahead of us, so we're going to hold back on that. But we do know that they're going to get some points here, so that's always nice, right? A little foreshadowed foresight. Looks like the Bills are going to kick a field goal here before long. And they keep trying to get into scoring position. I mean, they were well into the red zone. So it's kind of rough that they can't convert here. You would think that this being such an important drive coming off halftime that they would want to convert and actually score some points here, but that's not Buffalo's motive tonight. It doesn't seem to be their MO. No, to start this night, we had a Facebook commenter say that he believed the score is going to be 21-20, and he chose Buffalo over Cincinnati, and I chose Cincinnati, and so far, it looks like I need to update the banner because we did score. We did get that full goal in here for the Buffalo Bills because they can't convert on anything tonight. Seems like all they want to do is put up some junk yardage and put in low effort drives. That's kind of what we've seen all night here from the Buffalo Bills. Um, Let me get the score back up here for you guys. We do have it as Cincinnati 21, Buffalo 10 into the third quarter. It is a pretty interesting Sunday night football game. To start the game in the first half, it was cakewalk for Bengals on the first two drives. They scored. The Bills scored on their first drive, so that gave you a 14-7 scoreboard, and then a couple punts back and forth, a Josh Allen interception that was rough to see, and the Cincinnati Bengals couldn't do anything with it. When they got the interception, they were within scoring range. Then they got like 4 offensive penalties in a row. They went from 3rd and inches on the 25-yard line to completely out of field goal range and had to punt the football instead of even kicking a field goal, even after almost attempting a 55-yarder. And then they committed yet another penalty. So the Bengals have left a lot of points on the field here. And the Buffalo Bills, the only thing they can do on defense is get pressure on Joe Burrows. They've had trouble sacking him tonight. I think they've got 1 or 2 on him, but with all the pressure, you would think that they would have actually done it. They would have gone somewhere with it. And the Bengals get the punt. They don't really do a crazy lot with it. They get it back to about the 20-yard line. It was a pretty solid punt. Pretty nice one to see there from there's a flag on the play. Let's see what happened here. Maybe Buffalo got lucky. It's probably something on the return anyways. And they're going to call, looks like holding or illegal pass on the block. Illegal block to the back, I think. How about Philadelphia beating Dallas? Shout out the Cowboys. They tried hard, but it's going to go to Philly. Pittsburgh beat Tennessee on Thursday. Everybody's pretty much seen that. It's pretty interesting. Pretty good little Sunday action, little lineup. Kansas City Chiefs won this morning, so it was a good way to start this Sunday football lineup for me. And on 1st and 10, Joe Burrow's going to hand it off for a run play up the middle. It'll look like it's going to be a gain of about 3. Nothing too crazy. Nice little draw play. How about Houston with the last-minute comeback over Tampa Bay? Washington Commanders won today against the Patriots, 2017. And it's going to be 2nd and 7, 9:40 to go. Joe Burrows is going to complete the pass. It looks like he's going to... It looked like it was good for about another 3 yards or so. It's going to bring up 3rd down. It's going to be 3rd down with 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. It's going to be 3rd and 4. See what they can do here. See if they can convert this. They're still down in their own end zone, about to the 14-yard line. Ooh, lots of pressure on Joe Burrows. He was running for it. He runs for the first down. Joe Burrows running for the first down. Run, Forrest, run. Look at him. And he picked up a few extra yards. I mean, this is really, it's been kind of uncharacteristic of Joe Burrows tonight. He's been a very mobile kind of guy. It's almost more of that Josh Allen role than Josh Allen um, running hard, making sure he picked up the first down and keep the drive alive. It's gonna be first and 10. Quick little play action draw. Big 15-yard gain for Higgins and Joe Burrows. It's gonna bring up first down. Pretty amazing. How about that? How about that catch from Higgins? That was something. That was crazy. Shout out to everybody on Rumble. We like having you guys here. And shout out to everybody on Facebook and YouTube. Your comments can be featured. If you make your comments, I will be checking Rumble to see if you guys comment on there. We'll feature it if you do. Joe Burrow throws it deep. It was a nice deep ball. They almost got it. That was almost a completion to Jamar Chase. It was like a 40-yard attempt that I missed there. Both teams have played heavy shotgun formation today. It's pretty wild. It's good defense by the Bills to break up that play. It's going to be 2nd and 10 for Joe Burrows. Completes the pass, but it doesn't really go anywhere. He actually is going to be a loss of 2, probably, maybe 1. Make it a long 3rd down for Cincinnati, who's really done. They started out the game good at converting, but they haven't really converted many of these 3rd downs lately. So we'll see what Cincinnati can do here. Taron Johnson was there with the breakout. He's had 2 forced fumbles this week in the first half of the season. Sack, couple pass defenses, not bad. And on that 3rd down, on that 3rd and 11, Joe Burrow's going to pass. It looks like he's going to bat it down at the line. He's going to bring up 4th and 11. Again, they're going to punt the ball here. Been kind of surprising. They've been pretty good at converting until recently, and now we're just getting punt after punt by really both teams if you get into it. It is pretty wild. This is a tough, crazy game for the Bills. They get a real big, that's a great punt for Cincinnati. Inside the 20. See where they marked that. That was a real nice punt by Cincinnati. Kind of flipped the field position there. Their defense has really stepped up since that first drive for Buffalo. The first drive for Buffalo, they scored at will. They got that touchdown, easy peasy, Japanese. Like, it was no problem at all. And now it seems like they just can't get it together. It really makes you wonder why, what's going on. Again, I want to give a shout out to everybody on Rumble, Facebook, and YouTube while we're on a commercial break. We're here watching this Cincinnati game. I did pick Cincinnati to win this game, so if they can continue stopping the Buffalo Bills, we will be right. This is a big AFC matchup. You know, a lot of playoff previews in this one, I would say. So we'll see what they end up doing. A lot of cheesy commercials so far. None of them that I really truly want to see. Um, but this has been a back and forth battle all night with the Cincinnati Bengals and the Buffalo Bills. Started off hot. We've got nothing but punts since. A lot of sudden defensive football game from two teams that aren't really known for their defense. Buffalo's got a lot of pressure on Joe Burrows, and he's been pretty mobile today. And you'd think you would get a little more production since those three touchdowns, but it's really been kind of a dry spell. They got the touchdown there in the 2 minute warning for the Bengals, and that got them to the 21 point mark. And they really needed that two score separation to give them some comfort, and that's kind of been the ball game. Buffalo managed to get a field goal on their last possession. That's been kind of good little momentum swinger there, I would say. But we're getting some nice action. It's going to be 1st and 10 with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Josh Allen has the ball on their own 9 yard line. And again, in the shotgun formation, 4 wide. He's going to dump it off to the back. Nice little safe completion for about 5 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd down. Good little safety valve dump off. It's those are the kind of plays that are little dink and dunks. They may not be huge, but they add up. They're going to call it 4 yards. And shotgun formation. Josh Allen throws the ball. He's thrown it at Stephon Diggs, and he cannot complete it. They cannot get it together. It's been kind of not the greatest of connections today. Started off, the first drive that I'm sure they had practice and drilled and knew beforehand went excellent. Not much since then. We'll just be in the shotgun formation again. Looks like we're going to get a timeout for Buffalo. They weren't ready for that play. I don't think they liked that formation. Wasn't the greatest setup for them. This is an interesting Sunday night football game. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It's something free you can do to support the channel. We are live every Wednesday for weekly predictions where you can see beforehand to place money on this game. If you would have checked out the weekly prediction, you would have seen we told you to pick Cincinnati, and so far you're seeing why. It's currently 21-10. Josh Allen is trying to drive down the field. It's going to be 3rd and 6 on their own 14. They need to get to the 19-yard line. See what Josh Allen can do here. And it looks like they're going to be short. That's Josh Allen scrambles. And I think he might have got 1 yard, maybe 2 yards on that play. It's just the Cincinnati's getting number 57. He was watching them, creating huge pressure. And Josh Allen tries to escape, and he doesn't get, he only gets 1 yard. It's not going to be enough. We get another punt for the game. The Bills are going to punt it. The Cincinnati Bengals are going to get pretty good field position. They're going to be at their own 42-yard line. So it's pretty not the greatest of punts for the Buffalo Bills. I think that was only a 40-yard punt. Not flipping that field position like they really need to. This is kind of the mistakes the Bills have been coming up with all night. Tough one The Cincinnati Bengals are tough for any team in the league to face. And it's you got to give it up to the Bills. They're trying hard, but you got to do this. You got to do a little bit more than that. That ain't it, buddy. Like that ain't it, Josh Allen. So you're gonna have to get the reads. These wide receivers need to get open. The Bengals, I mean, if they can just manage to get another touchdown on this play, it's gonna be a difference maker. I told you the Bills were overrated. You did, Jesse. You did. Look, Jesse came in here early. He was early to the show, made his prediction. He called his shot. He said Buffalo Bills defense. He especially called out that defense too. Don't forget that part, Jesse. You said that defense was overrated too, and here we are, 21 points for Cincinnati, and not doing a whole lot for the Bills. They're sure struggling. I'm not sure if you watch our weekly show on Wednesdays, Jesse, but me and Do with a Beard both picked Cincinnati. We were right there with you. We were high on Cincinnati. It was it's just tough to see. Do with a Beard, he makes fun of Josh Allen. He is a Josh Allen hater, and it is getting his point proven tonight. It's just one of those nights. The question is, where the heck is Von Miller? They pay him all this money. He hasn't showed up. Look, he's old. I've seen him on the screen. They showed him pre-snap like on a couple plays. Like, hey, he's on the field. We know Von Miller's on the field. He's out here trying to be viewed, but we don't see him actually participating very much, you know. And these Cincinnati Bengals do not have a great offensive line either. This isn't some kind of monstrous lineup that you just can't protect or get past, and they just have not. On that first down play, they try to get it to Chase Young. Oh, excuse me, Jamar Chase. I've done that like 15 times tonight, and just cannot get that connection. Looks like he's working on his back. Came down a little funky. We got a little 2nd and 5 action. Again with a shotgun. Joe Burrow throws. It's going to be a completion to Higgins. Just another one. He might be leading the team tonight. And just moving down the field. It's going to be another 1st and 10. We got 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Nice banger. Higgins, man, he's gonna get paid this year. This is his season before he gets big money, I believe. See if they can keep him. And a 1st down and 10, they actually run the ball. We have a run play. It doesn't look like he gains a whole lot. Who's that? Michael Hyde on the tackle. And oh yeah, he loses 6. Excuse me. Yeah, that definitely wasn't. That's why you haven't seen very many run plays. We got 2nd and 14 now. We kind of messing up that momentum that the Cincinnati just had, throwing it all away with the run play. Joe Burrows is 23 for 31 with 220 yards passing with 2 touchdowns. Looks like they're gonna complete it here on 2nd and 14. It's going to make up a lot of the yardage. It's still going to be 3rd down. Another one to Higgins. It's going to be 3rd down and manageable. Probably 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4. Somewhere in that range. And yeah, 3rd and 5 with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. And Cincinnati is about at the 37-yard line. of the Buffalo Bills. They're in shotgun, motion a guy over, and it's going to be a incomplete pass on first down. That was a close one. A couple guys for Cincinnati almost caught it, which is really kind of rare, you know. Usually it's a one-sided deal. And third down, or no, it's fourth down now. Excuse me, I think I missed a down. And it's going to be 4th and 5. Oh, they're going for it on 4th and 5. Nice. Nice. You like to see this. Man, I'd almost kick a field goal here, but the field goal would make it a 2-touchdown game. And it looks like someone called timeout. Is that what we're getting here? I think someone called timeout. Might have been Buffalo. They called timeout. They don't want to see it get too crazy on there. And, man, Joe Burrow and Cincinnati trying to go for it here on fourth down. 4th and 5. They're on about the 35-yard line of the Buffalo Bills. So you got either a kind of long field goal while up 11, make it a 14-point game. But if you convert it, man, you can kind of keep driving. I like this kind of call. Me personally, I probably would have went field goal here, but they're gonna pass it. He's gonna catch it. He's caught it. He's short. He's got to be short. I don't think he got there. Yeah, they failed to convert on fourth down. That's a tough break. Yeah, that's why you kick that field goal or at least attempt it. If you want points on the board, I'd rather be 14, but I mean, I guess when you're up by 11, you got a chance to gamble. It's still a 2-touchdown game, technically, one way or the other. So you have the freedom to roll the dice there and try to burn a little more clock and get in a little better scoring position. But I guess they don't trust their kicker very much. I know Andy Reid definitely would have kicked a field goal in that position. Nice little 50, 55 yarder. Feel very comfortable with Bucker making that kick. And I guess Cincinnati's not in the same shoes, so to speak. So kind of interesting to see. Cincinnati really could have put it away there if they could have got a touchdown on that drive. You know, because that would have then made it a 3-score game, you know, very late into the third quarter. But instead, you're going to see Josh Allen with kind of better field positioning than he had in the last couple times. So we got a nice little commercial break here for Geico. If anybody wants to save 10% on your car insurance, you know, I guess you can do that. I want to kick the field goal. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Jesse, because the field goal, it at least gives you that security blanket. Because at 11 points, right, they got to score 2 touchdowns. There's no way around it. No matter what you do there, you got to score 2 touchdowns. You know, a touchdown, a field goal by Buffalo, you're still behind. But the 2 touchdowns by Buffalo now puts them in the lead. You know what I mean? If they can somehow, some way, you know, score 2 touchdowns without you scoring for Cincinnati, then they're up by 3. So if you kick that field goal in that situation, man, at least that 14 points is real secure, man. I'm with you. I like that security blanket, man. You know, I think you see Andy Reid He definitely makes that call too, I believe. Cincinnati's kicker must not be very good, or at least not a lot of faith. And again, I want to shout out everybody on Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble. We've got a decent audience tonight on this beautiful Sunday night football. Watching Josh Allen on 1st and 10 with 1 minute and 45 seconds to go in the third quarter. Uh, try to rally the troops on his own 45. I guess it was 45-yard line. I guess that's a real long field goal. I guess that definitely kind of explains it. I guess that would have been closer to a 60. You'd have been in that 60-yard range. And that's a pretty big ask for anybody. What happened here? What did we miss on first down? Was that a sack or a handoff? It looks like, yeah, they got 3 yards. 3 yards on first down. It's going to be 2nd and 7. Then the shotgun formation. Josh Allen dumps it off to the running back. It kind of looked like he was going to get there at first. Let me see if he gets to the. He does not get the first down. Yeah, they're not. You ain't got no faith in Buffalo, so you ain't got to worry about that. Yeah, I'm with you there. It really was a. It did feel like a free roll of the dice, didn't it, Jesse? Like what'd you really lose? And on 3rd and 1, the Bills run the ball and convert. They're going to get the first down. That's going to be the end of the third quarter. Let me get the scoreboard fixed real quick. I'm going to leave your comment up there, Jesse. Just for all the Bills fans that are curious, we'll leave that up there while I get the scoreboard fixed. Oh, fourth quarter action. Little last chance. Oops. I haven't had to change the scoreboard in a while. The Bills kicked a field goal. And, how did I not fix that? Oh, sorry about that, folks. You type it and show it, and it doesn't even do it. There you go. There we go. At the beginning of the fourth quarter, commercial break time. But if you think about it, bro, Buffalo had a hole to come back. By now, they've played around too much. Yeah, and I mean, this fourth quarter, the fat lady hasn't sung. If you're a Buffalo Bills fan and you're watching this, I wouldn't be say the fact, you can score 2 touchdowns. The Bills did. They need to move the ball like they did on that first drive. That first drive, they marched down the field, no problem, easy peasy, A-okay. But the Bills have just struggled ever since then. The Bengals have been flashy about it. Their first 2 drives, man, I thought this would be a 60-point ball game. I would have this at the over. If you're betting the over and under, watching that first quarter, you're definitely thinking over. And if you would have live bet it, you'd be really stumped and confused how we ran out of football action, man. We had a lot of punting going on. In the second quarter, the Bills were the only team to score. They did manage to get 3 points on the board. It was 21-7 going into halftime. Ooh, what did I miss there? Oh, coming back in, Josh Allen tries to bomb it, but It was not very catchable on first down. He's trying to get both those touchdowns in one play on that one. Yeah, that was. I mean, Josh Allen's showing he's trying to showcase that big arm, but you got to be a little bit more accurate when you're doing it. That was not a catchable ball. Buffalo's desperate. It seems like almost a desperation time, uh, trying to get into it. What did we get there on second down? I looked away from the. Man, these plays happen so fast. Sometimes you look away for 1 second, you missed everything. Oh, Josh Allen scrambles. Oh, little Josh Allen special. He's kind of carrying that ball very dangerously through that hole. Uh, he's got his arm out like this, just carried it. And it's just, man, through the interior line. Did he get to the first down? It looks like they're going to. Oh, they short? It's going to be 31. Yeah, it looks like they're going to give it to him. It's going to be first down for Buffalo. 14 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Excuse me. Yeah, first and 10. See what they do. Shout out to everybody on Rumble. We haven't had any Rumble comments tonight. And if you're watching on there, special shout out to you guys. And shout out to everybody on Facebook and YouTube. On first and 10, Josh Allen throws it. Oh, they dropped it. He fumbled. Was he down? He might have been down. No, that's a fumble. Buffalo Bills fumbled the ball. Oh, man. He got hit hard, too. This is one of those kind of cartwheel type hits. Where you hit and start flipping and flying around, and he dropped the ball. I didn't see who that was that dropped it, but man, that was a tough break. Tough deal. Not the way you want to go. And that's not what the Bills needed, If it's makes it a long night. This is the second turnover that the Bills have had. Josh Allen threw an interception earlier in the game, and luckily for the Bills, the Cincinnati did not turn that into points. After that interception, they were at the 25-yard line and did not convert that. Couldn't get no points on the board, just a bunch of penalties. And now the Bills, when they kind of need it, we're getting late into the fourth quarter. Or I guess it's still early in the fourth. You still got time, but you need two series, you need two touchdown drives. So if you're going to drive down the field and get touchdowns, it's going to generally take a couple minutes off the clock to score a touchdown. Unless you get some miracle play. If you got some quick score play that we haven't seen all night, you're going to need a couple of them. So you need that and another defensive stop. And Cincinnati's showing flashes of being able to move the ball. They've had a lot of questionable plays, like that field goal, like not going for that field goal and stuff like that. But I mean, they've generally they're going to eat up a little bit of clock when they get the ball too. They're going to convert it a little bit. So the Bills are quickly running out of time, especially with bad fumbles like that. Yep, and the turnover battle will get you every time. It's 2-0. Buffalo's turned it over twice. Cincinnati has not, so it's given them two extra possessions, And what would you know? Up by 2 touchdowns, or 11 points, I should say. Looks like Joe Burrow's going to pass it on first down. Little controversy if that was a completed pass or not. Kind of arguing about it back and forth. Man, he fumbled that ball well before he hit the ground, too. He's just flying, flipping it there. And that was Kinson, he's had a pretty good night until that fumble. You know, he's really tried it pretty well. And it's interesting to see what happens. What can they do? It's going to be, oh, they called it incomplete. I for sure thought that previous play was a reception. They're challenging it. I thought he caught the ball. I guess it was an incomplete. I had totally thought we were sitting here, man. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10 with 13 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And it's a tough, wild action. And that's going to be a catch for 9 yards to bring up 3rd and 1 for Cincinnati. 12:55 to go. Man, Joe Burrow. They've been doing a lot of quick releases, quick tempo, a lot of timing, quick plays, and it's really helped him. That's going to be another one to Higgins. Higgins is what's 92 yards tonight. That's a banger. We're still in the shotgun set, 5 wide. Cannot get the playoff in time. Going to have to call a timeout. Burned another one. It's going to be their second timeout. So they have one left. Just ran out of time on the play clock. Instead of taking a penalty, a smart move is to burn the timeout. You already have the lead, so it doesn't really hurt you. They're kind of showing highlights of the Bengals. Kind of getting some nice looks. We're going to have 3rd and 1 with 12:30 to go in the fourth quarter. Joe Burrows is in shotgun again. They just, they're going to pass for it. He's going to pick it up. That's a big first down. Look, they're going to chew up so much clock here, the way they've been driving down the field. And that's how they've scored in all their plays. It's very West Coast, quick tempo, short, dink dunk, high completion percentage, easy plays. It looked like it was supposed to be a screen to Jamar Chase, but instead he gets it a little further down the field. Easy first down. And 1st and 10, 11:49 to go. Play action. Bad pass. He tries to dump it off to the right. And Joe Burrows just can't even throw it to pretty much the sideline. Lands at the guy's ankle. Doesn't really give him a opportunity for the to make the play. Man, what a fun Sunday. This has been a banger. Always like Sunday night football games where I give the correct prediction. This is a playoff matchup between Cincinnati and Buffalo. Looks like it's going to be 2nd and 10. They're moving a guy in motion. And let's see what Joe Burrows can do here. It's going to be a completion to Jamar Chase. First down. That's a big completion too. Man, he just blew right past this guy. stiffs arm him, but doesn't really gets pushed out of bounds at the same time. A big play by Chase. 4 receptions for 41 yards. Joe Burrows is 28 for 39. And what was that? I think it was a run play on first down. I missed it looking at the stats. Just about 10 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. We got an injured Buffalo Bills player. At least he's down on one knee. Gonna be an injury timeout. The 10:34 mark of the fourth quarter, where we have Cincinnati punted it on the Bills. Man, this is kind of what we all seen coming. We did have someone at the beginning of the show predict 21-20 and for the Bills, and that is not. We obviously see that ain't the case so far. We done passed that train already for the Bengals. They already got past that 20 benchmark. 2nd and 6, still in the shotgun. It's been the featured formation all night for both teams. Joe Burrows is going to take it. Oh, he's going to throw it away. Almost gets sacked. A ton of pressure there. It's really that interior with Oliver and Phillips. Just keep on Floyd. Floyd was the guy that got the hit on Joe Burrows as he was throwing it away. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6. Still, of course, in the shotgun formation, 5 wide. And since he's going to call their final timeout, they did not like that look. Final timeout, and with 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And Cincinnati is leading it still. Just kind of having a nice, continuous, contained drive. See if they can keep that action up. Hyde was the guy that got banged up for Buffalo's defense. It's one of their featured cornerbacks. Pretty solid player. 3rd and 6. Let's see what they do here. Got a running back in the backfield in the shotgun formation. It looks like the pass block. Got a Buffalo's kind of showing blitz. And Joe Burrows takes it. Looks like he's passing it to Higgins. It's going to be a first down, a big first down. It's going to be all the way to the 6-yard line of the Buffalo Bills. Man, Higgins has been the star tonight for Joe Burrows. That connection has been something you cannot deny. You cannot put it behind these guys, man. This is unbelievable. Josh Allen is on the sidelines being a little upset because he's just watching this be a one-sided affair. This is the Bengals doing whatever they kind of want. Moving down the field, we've got 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and the Bengals look to be in scoring position on the 6-yard line, 2nd and goal. See what we can do here. They're on the 10-yard line now. Loss of 4, it looks like. Joe Burrows throws it. Ooh, he completes it on the left sideline. See what he can do here. Almost, he's getting closer. Gonna bring up third down, third and goal. Shoo, what if they can get a touchdown here. Oof, that's gonna be a pretty big mountain for the Bills to come back from. It's gonna be third and goal on the what is it, 2 yard line? It's like 2.5 yard line. Just over 2 yards to get there. Shotgun formation. The Bills blow it up. Can't get anything done there. Brings up fourth down. Ooh, what do you do here? Fourth and goal. Man. What a big, big play. Woo! Woo, woo, woo. Cincinnati's finally going to kick the field goal here. It's going to be a 20-yard field goal attempt. Finally comfortable with their kicker kicking that. It's going to make it a 24-10 game. We get to finally update the banner again. It's been a real dry second half of updates. A lot of punting back and forth. But Cincinnati decides to burn up a lot of clock and make it an official 2-touchdown game. The Bills are going to have to find a way to really put it together here if they're going to want to win. Look, if they've got enough time to have 2 possessions, they really could have 3. You really get 3 chances to have the ball with this much time left on the clock if your defense can get stops on Cincinnati. And depending on how long it takes you to score. So what the Bills are really going to need to do is we're going to get some chunky monkey plays. We're gonna have to get some chunks, some big chunks, some my favorite ice cream type plays where you get nice 15, 20 yard gains. You gotta not burn up too much clock and really get downfield and score. You gotta answer back on this drive alone simply for a momentum thing. And it can't be a field goal. The Buffalo Bills are really done with the field goal possibilities. Like, that's out the question. You're going to see them go for it on every fourth down, every possibility here. So expect to see big things, I guess, or big tries. And it's scary because if you force it too much down the field, that's when you're going to get your mistakes. You're going to get your Josh Allen problems where you get turnovers and touchdowns, and it's going to be no good for nobody. Man, can these Buffalo Bills do what it takes to make this comeback? I don't think so. 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Man, that's not a lot of time. Not a lot of time to get 2 touchdowns. At least that's the minimum what we got to shoot for here, Bills. Not only do you need 1, you need the 2, and that's just going to give you a tie. That just ties the ball game. And you got to hope that Cincinnati can't score anymore. If you have a 3 and out here, you're in big trouble. Like, there's nothing you can do. And we really haven't seen that production from Josh Allen in the second half. They have scored 3 points in the second half, and they're definitely not not doing it enough. We got 1st and 10. They are in shotgun formation for the Bills. They're at their own 25-yard line after the kickoff. Josh Allen gets a nice, safe completion. It looks like probably to Kinson. Going to be a gain of probably 6, maybe 7 on 1st down. It's going to bring up 9. Excuse me. They gave him a little. That was a healthy spot there. It's going to be 2nd and 1 with 7:52 to go in the fourth quarter, and it's a tight game for Cincinnati. They just got to do just enough here to stop them, and you can almost call it a night. It's tough. And I think Josh Allen runs and gets the 1st down. And now on 1st and 10 with 7 minutes to go, does a quick throw to the left. That's not gonna. I don't think that's gonna do very much. I mean, he turns it into an 8-yard gain, so that was caught behind the line of scrimmage. Probably, maybe even could have been tackled for a loss there. Turns into a 9-yard gain. 2nd and 1. Josh Allen takes the snap. He is looking. Oh, what is he gonna? He's incompletion. Could not get that one there. It's gonna bring up 3rd and 1. Short yardage. Just need to pick up the 3rd down. Josh Allen is 22 for 32 with 220 yards and an interception today. I think he also ran in a touchdown. I believe that's how the Bills scored. It'll be 3rd and 1. Inside a handoff on a draw play. Oh, that was a tough one. He looks like he's going to get the 1st down by like 1. They show Leonard Fournette on the sideline, who was signed by the Bills. He's on the practice squad. Josh Allen is pressured. He escapes it, takes off, and he starts running. Almost looks like, yeah. He got a 1st down there. Wow. Josh Allen trying to will his way into any kind of scoring opportunity here, trying to make it an interesting game. He's had 8 rushes for 44 yards today. With 5:40 to go, and it's 1st and 10 in the Cincinnati's 35-yard line. Josh Allen gets a little pressure on him. He escapes out the pocket to the left. He's running left, kind of throwing right. Kind of always a funky, little weird thing to do. And it's a questionable reception. It looks like he gets his hands underneath the ball there. That might. No. What are they challenged in that? They're going to say it was incomplete, but yeah, I think they might challenge this one. Yeah, Buffalo is challenging if that was a reception or not. It actually looked good to me, but I guess they called it dead on the play. But it really looks like he gets there and gets his hands under that ball. I guess they're gonna in the replay. It looks it's close. I think I'm right though. I think he might have got that ball. That might have been a good challenge. We'll see by the Bills. And again, I want to give everybody on YouTube and Facebook and especially Rumble a shout out. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Any super chats will be featured. You will get your name on the screen for super chats. And if you just hit like and subscribe, it's a free way to be a supporter. We'll happily give you guys a shout out when we see you guys hit that subscribe button. What really we need to do is do a dedicated subscriber shout out after every video, of the end of it at least. Give you guys, all you guys that are hanging out, checking out, supporting us, a nice favor. Especially on Rumble, where we're actually making a little money off of and have a nice little viewership with. It's nice to see the growth on there this last couple weeks, really. We've always had great success on YouTube, and we're kind of expanding to Facebook and Rumble at the same time, and it's working out pretty good for us, I'd say. But we had a couple thousand people watch our weekly predictions this week, so we were pretty stoked about that. Biggest week we've had in a while, really. So pretty stoked about that. And let's see what they call this on here. There was a challenge on the field, and man, when you slow it down, it even looks like it bounces off his hand and not the ground. Even that's how far his hands were under the ground. But they're not going to call it. Going to roll it incomplete. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. And Josh Allen converts the 2nd and 10, 9 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1. See what the Bills can do here. They are in field goal range on the 28-yard line. Then he get to the 27 for the first down. 4 minutes and 42 seconds to go. The Bills pick up the first down. And on 1st and 10, they get in shotgun. And they see what they do with it here. Complete the pass for a gigantic 3-yard gain. Shout out the Bills, just being the king of eating up this clock with this short yardage situation. They've been on this side of the field for well over a minute now. Maybe even two and a half. And they're moving the field, but we're under 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and you need 2 scores. So not only do they need the touchdown here, they need a touchdown and like a 3 and out. It's going to be 3rd and 1. See what they do here on the 16-yard line. 17 maybe. Josh Allen's in shotgun. And what a change of pace. The Buffalo Bills score. Let's get this update. We got a touchdown on the board. Trying to make this an interesting game all of a sudden. A little threatening at least. Touchdown Buffalo. They get a 1-score game. They're going to go for the 2-point conversion here. I did put the score already, but I guess I got to edit that. See if they can get that 2-point conversion here, and they do. Surprised they went for that. That was kind of funky. I'll be interested to see what the analytics say on the reason they went for a 2-point conversion. Now, if they get a touchdown, that's a win. We've got 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Buffalo's going to have to kick off to the Bengals. Stephon Diggs was the guy that got the touchdown. It was a pretty big play for the Bills, if we're going to be honest. They needed to stop wasting the clock and get that score. And Diggs, being the veteran that he is, gets his 2 feet down, gets that touchdown for the Bills. What a great setup for a little Sunday night, little drama controversy. Really, the scoreboard makes the game look closer than it's really been for most of the game. It's been really one-sided. And the Bills are going to try to have their best defensive out. If their defense can step up, this is the time to do it. They really going to need a 3 and out and as much clock as they possibly can. Cincinnati is out of timeouts, even though they are winning 24-18. Buffalo does have 1 timeout left. I believe they had a challenge flag earlier that burned their second one. So they have 1 left. Gives them a chance. Joe Burrows on first down. It's going to be 1st and 10 with 3.5 minutes to go. Let's see what he does here. And I'm sure you guys can guess it's going to be a shotgun formation because that is the special of the night. Joe Burrows makes what looks like an excellent throw. Man, way to go. Yep. It's going to pick up the first down to number 83. These Bengals are showing that they're not gonna let the Bills back in this. I just don't see it happening. This is just gonna chew up clock. They run the ball with Mixon. It's gonna bring up a second down. But now we're gonna see this clock just do a little tickety tack options movement with 2:37 left to go. And the Cincinnati Bengals are doing everything they can to put this game away. It is 2nd and 8. And if they can just burn the clock, this is going to be a one-way quiet little game here. And we appreciate you guys tuning in to this watch party. We do have an injury timeout. Looks like Jackson for the Buffalo Bills is going to be the player. They got hurt on the play. It's always tough to see when you got guys going down. I always like healthy teams, healthy matchups. Kind of cuts to the excuse. So, if old blah 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 was played, we'd win instead and stuff like that. But that's part of football. We got a big series here, a big drive for Cincinnati. Really, a couple first downs puts it away, and they're going to run it again on 2nd and 8. Looks like he's going to pick up about 5. So a nice little gain, but still short of the first down. That's going to bring up 3rd down. The Bills' schedule coming up's kind of wishy-washy. You got the Broncos and the Jets. Then you get the Eagles, bye, the Chiefs, and the Cowboys. So the next 2 games for the Bills are easy, and then 3 pretty challenging games. Next week, Sunday Night Football is the Jets versus the Raiders. That will definitely not be the watch party game. We can cancel that one already. Definitely be choosing something different. I'm getting kind of a fan of doing these watch parties. They are fun to see and fun to do with you guys. As I just kind of ramble on about sports and what's happening in the game. Let's see. Let's see. Cincinnati's really in that burn clock. Let's get this game over with kind of mode, and that's the smart thing to do in this situation. At the very least, you're giving the Bills the least amount of time. And don't get it mistaken, it is not completely impossible for the Bills to do kind of a quick score if they need to. They might be able to close the gap in almost any situation, especially with a 1-score game. But if the Bengals can get a couple first downs here, that's it. It's going to be game over. And the anticipation is killing me. Not sure what is happening. My screen messed up. It always happens at the most valuable time, when you're like, oh, what happened? If they get the first down, it's pretty much game over. But, you can't even see that. And it's going to be a close one. Let me see. Let me see if I can't get this fixed here. Oh, looks like Josh Allen is going to get the ball back with. No. Cincinnati does get the first down. Josh Allen's not going to get the ball. This is going to be game over. 24-18. Cincinnati. Clock has ran out. The fat lady has sung. Joe Burrows and the Cincinnati Bengals hold off the Buffalo Bills. Oh, Joey B. burning cigars. How about them Bills? Losing to the Bengals as we predicted. Shout out everybody that's been tuning in. We thank you for this. This has been a solo episode, kind of rare. Don't see it often. And if you're on Rumble, make sure you like and subscribe. Same with YouTube, Facebook, all that good jazz. Shout out the Bengals fans and Bills fans that hanged out with us tonight. Shout out to Jesse for his correct prediction. He was on the bandwagon with us. And shout out old Dwayne, you for being wrong. Good night, folks. Catch us live every Wednesday, 9:30 Eastern Time. YouTube, Facebook, and Rumble. Mr. KC.